Welcome to the Bald Brad Show. We have breaking news here regarding Joe Biden's Supreme Court nominee, Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson, has been confirmed to the United States Supreme Court. This one comes from the Daily Wire, and they say here that the Senate confirmed Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson to the Supreme Court on Thursday in a narrow vote of 53 to 47. Now, that is narrow as it is, but it really should have been 50-50 because you had Mitt Romney, Susan Collins, and Lisa Murkowski, all Republicans, vote in favor of her being put on the bench. Now, is that really a shock coming from these three? Quite honestly, no. But the one that is kind of a shock just from what's been done in history is Mitt Romney, because Mitt Romney voted against her for the Circuit Court of Appeals. And then now for the Supreme Court was all of a sudden like, oh, I'm all good with it. I'm okay with it. Somebody got in his head. I don't know who did. Maybe he's being paid off. I don't know, folks. But all I'm saying is, why is it always these three when things are close, always go with the Democrats rather than the Republicans? The only thing that's a shock here is how these three keep getting nominated and keep getting put back into Congress by other Republicans voting for them. That's the only thing that's a shock here. Well, it says here that Jackson is the first black woman to be confirmed to the nation's highest court. But again, America's racist, folks. We've had an African-American president. We have an African-American attorney general. We've had African-American people now in the Supreme Court. But again, we're still holding people down, right? America is still unjust. America is still racist. America is still built on institutions that hold black people down, regardless of them being president, attorney general, Supreme Court, justices now. It's all racist, folks. And I would also like to point out is, what corporation or job would just allow an African-American woman only, African-American women only, apply for the job? Right? I mean, you're totally excluding white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, male gender. I mean, what corporation or job would allow that? Isn't that discrimination? Isn't that borderline racist by you not allowing other people to be nominated or brought into a certain job? But it's okay when the Democrats do it. Completely okay when the Democrats do it. But if a Republican were to do it, if a Republican were just to highlight, say, the white race or something, or another race, they'd be racist against the African Americans. But because African American ones being nominated, it's completely okay. Screw the Hispanics, screw the white people, screw all the Asians, all that stuff. It's totally okay because, America's racist according to them and all those other things. So we'll just allow it to go by. Well, it says Romney's vote in particular is unusual because it's a flip from his earlier vote against Jackson to take the spot on the Court of Appeals. And again, it's weird because, as it says here, senators rarely support a nominee for the Supreme Court after voting against the same nominee for a spot on the lower court. Now, it doesn't always work when it's flipped, right? Say that you voted for that person in the lower courts, but then vote against them in the higher court here, meaning the Supreme Court, which is exactly what Lindsey Graham did. Lindsey Graham originally voted for Jackson to go in the circuit court and voted against her when it came to the Supreme Court, which I'm all for. I don't like the fact that he was already putting her in the circuit courts, but I do like the fact that he voted no, because I don't think Ketanji Brown Jackson should be a Supreme Court justice, and we'll get why here in a moment, because it's going to list a few things, and I'll definitely go through each and every one of these. Well, it says during her confirmation hearing, GOP lawmakers hammered Jackson on her past record of soft sentences for convicted child porn users. So this is what Marsha Blackburn, the same senator that questioned Ketanji Brown Jackson on, what is a woman? And she goes, I can't answer that in context. I'm not a biologist. Like, you don't have to be a biologist to answer what a woman is. That would be like me asking all of you, hey, what's 2 + 2? And you going, sorry, I'm not a mathematician. I don't know. It's unbelievable. Hey, this is the person that Democrats nominated. This is the person that the president nominated. And this is the person that half the Supreme Court or more, senators voted for, which is truly astonishing. Can't even answer a simple question. Well, what we found was 10 cases where she weighed in on child pornography. 8 of those 10 cases, she was below the minimum sentence. And this ranged anywhere from 14% to 88%. There were 2 cases where she didn't have judicial discretion, and those cases were right at the guidelines. But what she did by and large, when she had this discretion, she went below the guidelines, meaning when she actually had an opportunity to go above and beyond and actually punish this person for child pornography, she was like, hey, you know what, forget it. We'll actually lower the sentence. And I actually remember there was a clip when she was being hounded by senators about the whole time frame thing, and she goes, well, I think somebody that's only been doing it for like a couple of days versus somebody that's been doing it for 15 years, they should have different sentencing. And she's completely missing the point of what they're talking about in terms of what this person is doing of child pornography. But again, folks, none of this is a surprise because you're talking about somebody that's of the left. You're talking about somebody that's a progressive or a Democrat. These people are okay with child mutilation, folks. I mean, the President of the United States, the White House, the administration literally released a press release talking about how they are totally okay with same-sex reassigned surgeries, cutting off your penis, putting in breast implants on adolescent, like preteen people, children, and giving them puberty blockers and hormones to increase their estrogen or testosterone levels, depending on where they want to be at. This is the Democrat Party, folks. This is what she sides with on that side. So it's not a shock that she has this type of stuff under her belt as far as her history of where she's going with legal discretion of allowing these child pornography people just to get away with stuff. And it doesn't stop there. It's also critical race theory. Jackson has also been attacked for her past support of critical race theory, CRT thinkers, and the inclusion of the controversial theory in her legal philosophy. The judge also serves on the board of Washington, D.C. school that promotes CRT in its curriculum. But folks, we're told that this stuff isn't being taught. We're told CRT is not being implemented within the school districts. You had Jackson, while she's being hammered by the senators, saying that she has no involvement in CRT. It doesn't apply to her discretion. It doesn't apply to her when she's making legal decisions. All that other stuff, that she has basically no involvement, was what she was implying. Well, the judge also serves again on the board of Washington, D.C. school that promotes CRT in its curriculum. And in a number of her past speeches and lectures, Jackson has promoted CRT and legitimized affiliated terms such as microaggressions. If you read down here, the Daily Wire reported on this and said a review of a handful of Jackson's lectures and speeches from the past 7 years shows that the nominee has a strong appreciation for leading proponents of CRT, a progressive idea that holds in part racism is endemic to, rather than a deviation from, American norms. Folks, CRT basically teaches, one of the at least basics of it is that not only is America racism or racist and has all the institutions that are racist as well, but just the fact that you're white, you are racist. This is like Abram X. Kennedy, Nicole Hannah-Jones, 1619 Project stuff, where if you're white, you can't change the fact that you're racist. You're just inherently racist, and there's white privilege involved in that. And that every outcome and instance of interactions between people has instances of racism within it. So, I mean, CRT is such an evil ideology, and they're allowing this to be taught. And you have somebody that's being nominated on the United States Supreme Court and now actually confirmed on the United States Supreme Court that's totally for it. So that's just lovely. Well, the article really just goes on to talk Lindsey Graham on how he, voted her in the Circuit Court of Appeals, which I'm fully against, to him now not voting her into the United States Supreme Court, which I'm for. But it worries me that we have Republicans that are allowing certain judges to be, put in and voted in and accepted in and confirmed in to these lower courts as well as the high courts. Regardless of them switching votes or not, I'm not okay with it. And we need to do a lot better job of voting certain Republicans in the office if they're going to be allowing these judges to be on the lower courts, because, decisions are made there as well. I fully understand Lindsey Graham's idea of why he's saying no here, but I'm still not for what he did before, even though I'm for what he is now. And heck, Mitt Romney, Lisa Murkowski, and Susan Collins, folks, we got to figure these people out, because this stuff can't be allowed to happen continually where they're voting for Democratic side or the Democrat side of things, especially here, because now we got to deal with this person for life. And hell, you got probably abortion stuff coming up. You really think she's going to be against abortion? A lady that can't even define what a woman is. We all know she can define what it is. The reason why she didn't was because it would reveal her political viewpoints. It would reveal a lot about her. But what she messed up in is by not answering it, also revealed her viewpoints on all this stuff, especially this gender ideology. And it worries me because, look, when you have the Biden administration pushing for castrating children and you got somebody like her sitting on the bench, where do you think she's going to vote? Which way do you think she's going to go on all this stuff? We all know she's going to go with the progressive left, these snowflakes that are crazy, insane. And she's already done insane things by dealing with the child pornography and allowing lighter sentences when it should have been harsher sentences. Well, there you have it, folks. The breaking news: Supreme Court Justice, now Miss Jackson, is on the bench. Folks, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Are you for her being on the bench, or are you not for her being on the bench? And also, make sure you show us some love here at the Bald Brad Show by hitting that like and subscribe button, share with your friends and family all over social media. And folks, I will see you tomorrow morning here on the Bald Brad Show.